Okay, so I heard a big crash upstairs. I came downstairs to find that my cat had jumped on my setup here and pretty much destroyed it. And so when all this is cleaned up, I'll show you guys how I made this. So first thing, I want to make sure that the shoelaces were straight and tied so they weren't in the way. In a previous photo shoot I did, the laces weren't entirely straight and I wanted to make sure that these were taken care of this time. So for most of the shots in the sequence, I have a Godox SL150 Mark II and I have my snoot attachment. So before I started shooting, I just wanted to make sure I had a pretty basic shot list going just to help me as a guide. This shot blew my mind because this was done on the first try. I don't know how I did it. I wanted to have a good transition from the spin scene to it landing in the shot, so all I did to kind of help sell that effect was give it a little bump as if it kind of landed. I think it worked out pretty well. For this shot, I used an LED wand from Young Nuo. You can change the colors on it, red, green, blue, whatever you want. And I just did a clean sweep with the color blue. For the final product shot, I used my custom backdrop here. Made it from the hardware store, just took a piece of wood, cut it up, and glued it to another piece of wood. But I have my Godox SL150 Mark II with the snoot light, just casting a nice harsh light from the back. The Godox SL60 from the front with the little fill light, and I just gave it a twist and got it first try, but I definitely couldn't do it again. So you can see I have no smoke or haze going on here. I did that in After Effects, and I'm going to show you how you can add that in yourself. Before I show the effects, I want to show why I did it. With a lot of these shots, I added a faint lens flare to make it more dramatic. The flare studio I used was optical flares from videocopilot.net. A free alternative way you can add this effect is with After Effects' free lens flare. Just search lens flare, add a tint, and you're set. But now that we have the lens flare that matches the light source, adding fog or haze now will make a lot more sense. I took an atmosphere overlay from Video Copilot's Action Essentials 2, dragged it in, masked the haze to match the light source, and feathered it out. After that, I used the tint effect to match the color of the haze to the lens flare. I used the same exact technique with the final shot too. I just added a feathered solid as a vignette to help keep your attention on the product. Back to the Premiere timeline, some transitions I'm using presets, but some clips like this one I'm just scaling the clip using keyframes set to Bezier curves. It just makes it a little bit more smooth. But I also want to play the timeline here in Premiere so you can just see how it all flows together. That was a fairly quick run through, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one.